All right, what's going on, guys? My name's JerryNova. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we have a ton to cover in Modern Warfare. And if you find yourself enjoying this video and the information I'm providing, please do me a favor, drop a like and subscribe because it does help me to grow and reach more of you guys with my content. The bulk of the information today will be on Warzone, but I am going to focus on a couple things in multiplayer really quick right now. The two biggest things in multiplayer are a couple weapon changes with a nerf to the Renettis, especially at akimbo with burst, or nerf to the burst and shooting at hip fire. FAL and the Scar both have a decreased ADS time. There is also an update to LMGs with a belt feed. It'll like let you know your ammo is on a low count a little later than usual. I believe that's how I interpreted it. The second thing on multiplayer is two new multiplayer maps. One of them is Hard Hat. It's a remake from Modern Warfare 3. Great map. I can't really tell off of the one game that I played on it if it's any different. It seems just the same except an update in graphics and color changes, and they made it look like new Modern Warfare. The other new map is Aisle 9, and it is a new gunfight map, but they also have a limited time game mode called Cleanup on Aisle 9 where it's 3v3, team deathmatch, kill confirm, stuff like that. It's probably going to be on until next week's update, so jump in that while you can. It's pretty fun. I had a good time even with randoms. But now for Warzone, the things that I want to cover the most because there are a ton of new and improved stuff in Warzone. First things first, there's a fix for a bug. If you were bought back from your team at the final circle, you would be immune to gas. They fixed that, so that's not going to be an issue anymore. They also fixed a rare bug where you get trapped in Gulag until the end of the match. I'm sure that was really frustrating, just being stuck in Gulag forever. I don't know if they released you at the last circle when Gulag was closed or if you were literally there until the end of the match, but I'm sure it wasn't fun. It never happened to me and I'm glad it didn't, but whatever. They fixed it. They removed the squad fill option in BR solos, which I guess makes sense. It shouldn't be there to begin with. This is key. I'm super happy about this one. They fixed the bug where game chat cuts out in the middle of a match in Warzone. This was super frustrating. I put a video out on it a few weeks ago, maybe last week. Give that a watch if you haven't seen it already. It's pretty cool. We got 20 kills without being able to talk to each other, which is nice. So that and this next one are probably my most favorite things about this patch. This next one, RPDs reduce damage at full armor. Thank the Lord. This thing was horrible. RPG's the meta. Everyone's using them. Some of the worst players can kill some of the best players with a lucky RPG shot in Warzone, and I'm very happy that they fixed this. I don't know what it's going to do to someone who doesn't have full armor, but at full armor, it says it's supposed to do reduced damage, which was a much needed patch. The final circle also now moves in Warzone, and I feel like this is going to be a good update. We'll have to see how it plays out, but I'm sure you guys have gotten into a match where someone is on the stadium camping it out because they had a helicopter beginning of the game. Now this circle will move, forcing those players who are camping on rooftops or on top of stadium into gunfights, progressing the match in a much healthier way. I think this is going to be a great change. I think it's going to be good. Most wanted contracts are back in Warzone, but they did it right this time because they didn't take out any of the other contracts available, including bounties. Yes, bounties are still there, even though we have most wanted. The time was reduced from 5 to 3 minutes, making it a more pressing thing. So if you do have a most wanted contract on you, then the time will be reduced from the 5 minutes to the 3 minutes. Pretty cool. This one is actually really cool. They removed the shield turrets from the buy stations and replaced them with armor boxes. Armor boxes can be found on the floor in floor loot, or they can be purchased in the buy stations. And armor boxes replenish or resupply your entire team's armor supply. I don't know if this includes all 8 if you have a backpack, or if it only gives you 5 and that's the full armor. Either way, that's really cool. It's going to be clutch end game, and it's going to be nice to actually save up for those. It makes you really have to think, what do we really need at this point in the game? Do we need a UAV? Do we need a self-revive? Do we need armor? It's going to be a nice change, and it's going to make it a little faster pace, I think, too. There's been a loot update with new blueprints, AX50, Kilo, FAL, MP7, and the AUG. That's not as big of a change, but the thing that is the Gulag loadout. So it will now choose randomly from 6 assault rifles and 4 SMGs. These guns include the Kilo, the AK, the M4, the P90, the AUG, the Scar, the Ram, and the Striker 45. Oh, and the M13. This means no more single fire weapons or burst weapons in Gulag. It's going to be all automatic. It's probably going to make for a pretty intense Gulag. I don't know if people are going to sit back and be more reserved now that they have an automatic weapon, or if they're going to charge forward faster. But either way, it's going to be a nice change of pace. It's going to feel more like a gunfight map than just Gulag. It's going to change things up. It's going to be nice. This part I'm super excited about, and I can't wait to discuss it. I can't actually show you this content because it doesn't belong to me, but I have retweeted it so you guys can go on there. I can't show it on here. But the bunkers have been open. For those of you guys who don't know, there are bunkers posted around the outside of the map where you need a key card to get into them. And for the very first time last night, they were opened. And it was shown that there's a lot of floor loot under there, and there's also some boxes and a lot of cash. So it's worth going in, and I think it's going to be cool to see people race to go open them if they have the key card. I don't know how many key cards are going to be posted around the map. I don't know how many exist right now. I think it's going to be nice if there is only a certain amount of locations where the key card can be found, because then it'll draw more people to that point of interest on the map and cause for a more intense and fast-paced game. I think that these bunkers will slowly be accessed throughout the lifespan, and with these bunkers slowly being accessed, it's going to raise the question, why? Are these bunkers connected? Why are they opening? What do they contain besides loot? Where do they go? And for those of you guys who don't know, and I'll show it right now, the dam in the loading screen has flowing, running water. It isn't like that on the actual map. The map on Warzone is actually frozen at the dam and there is no running water. So I think that is also a nice hint to the future of Call of Duty and what we will see soon. Along with this information, Activision has made it known that they want to create a storyline, much like Fortnite did with the Monster vs. Robot and the rocket launch, and even the creation of the new map for Chapter 2 in Fortnite. It has been seen that Fortnite can do it, so I think that Activision, having stated that they want to implement changes into Warzone, will probably go with a storyline like those. With that information, I think it's safe to assume that they're cooking up some type of end to the map of Warzone as we know it. Whether they do this in slow fashion like Fortnite has done in the past, where they update and take some stuff out and put stuff in its place, or they decide to wipe it out with the dam exploding by some type of missile attack and flooding the entire map, forcing us to go to a new one. It's safe to assume we are going to see changes soon, and I'm excited to see what they are. Although it is possible that we may get a whole new map, I really hope that they only add in some points of interest from the new Call of Duty in 2020, knowing that they want to keep Warzone its own separate entity and not linked to only Modern Warfare. I think it'd be nice to get some changes, but not get a whole wipeout of the entire map, because Fortnite has done that before and it didn't really work out that well for them. It did for a little bit, but the older players didn't really tend to come back for too long after they missed stuff like all the other locations in Fortnite. With new leaks and teasers saying that Treyarch is working on new stuff, I think this is another hint saying we're going to start implementing stuff into Warzone, so you guys better be ready, and I'm kind of excited for that too. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please drop a like. It helps me out a ton. Subscribe if you're interested in future content, because I will be providing you guys the latest and greatest information of news and updates on Warzone and Call of Duty multiplayer here on my channel. But I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos. Peace. The summer's call.